Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Whenever you might be listening to this is the Buzz Pucks Podcast.
Hi,
I'm Bert, and that sickly man over
I'm
there
Clay.
is Clay. And we are here for what is turning out to be a real stressful last few weeks of the season, especially
Stressful you.
especially for me, or any of the other teams that are in that Eastern Conference playoff race right now for that last wild card spot slash the two spots in the Metro. Because it's we just counted, I think, like 6 teams that are playing for three
Yeah.
spots right now. So,
Yep.
oh man, these last few weeks are gonna be, boy, April's gonna be a mess. It feels like.
April's gonna be a bloodbath,
Yeah, it's gonna
and
be a
I'm
bloodbath one
for
way
it
or the other.
because my team is just gonna be playing spoiler at this point.
Drew, they have 2 games against the Penguins, and you motherfuckers, I know you're gonna want to spoil. Oh, I already opened my beer. Are you drinking today since you're not feeling well?
You goddamn right I am.
Okay.
The I had my last dose of Dayquil at 8 a.m., so I'm
Oh my
I'm
God,
clear.
take more. What are you drinking? Are you still drinking
Miller
Miller Lite?
Lite,
Okay,
because yeah, I'm still drinking that
that's
case.
fine. That's fine. I am drinking from.
New Trail Ale is what I'm shouting out today.
There you
They're out
go.
of Pennsylvania.
You sound drunk because you're sick.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
I am drinking Dudleytown Brewing, which is out of Windsor, Connecticut. Their Ghost Tropical Hazy IPA, and I opened it because I was stressed out. I opened it before we even introduced it, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's get into some shit, shall we? Because we have
Why not?
we'll finish off with your big piece of news.
Yeah,
That'll be the
that's fair.
last piece of news we talk about because boy, do I got
Yeah.
some questions about that one. But our magical numbers this week, as of today, Monday, March 30th, are 104 points in the Eastern Conference and 95 points in the Western Conference.
Yep.
That number has really come down in the Western Conference,
It is
as
really
opposed
coming down.
to 6 teams trying to make the playoffs in the East. There seems like 4 teams. One of them has to make it in the West, right?
You'd hope.
It seems like they're not trying that hard, but one of those 4 teams has to get that last wild card spot. Oh boy, man, the East is such a bloodbath. All right, we do have some, I think, late season call ups that are going to happen pretty soon. Uh,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Porter Martone signed his ELC with the Philadelphia Flyers, so I suspect we will be seeing him in the next couple of weeks. And Felix Trudeau of St. Louis also signed an ELC with them. So both of those guys will probably make their debuts. We're in the time of the year where
There's been a bunch of debuts this week.
yeah, and there's not enough games left, at least at this point, that it actually counts as a season for them. So if
Right.
like Porter Martone comes in and plays tomorrow or whenever the Flyers play next, I think they only have 9 games left, and I think after the ninth game is the cutoff. They could just pull him for the last game, but that's the cutoff for it to count as a season
For
on
the
his ELC
ELCs.
contract.
Yeah.
And Mika Zibanejad hit 1,000 games played this week,
Yes,
so
he did.
congratulations to him.
You know who else had 1,000 games played?
Who did?
That they have to honor tonight.
Oh, Evander Kane, I saw that.
Evander Kane.
I saw that. Yeah. Uh, they have to honor. Yeah, because
Yes, they have to. It's part of this. It's part of the CBA.
tonight's the 1,000th game, right? Vancouver in Vegas.
I think so.
Yeah. Crazy. I just saw that headline and I was like, oof. Does nobody like Evander Kane? It feels like nobody actually likes him.
Nobody likes Evander Kane.
I mean, he did it to himself, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean he. I'll always have fond memories of Evander Kane. He knocked out Matt Cook his rookie year.
True. That's true. I'm just saying, like, as a teammate, it seems like he has burned a bunch of bridges in the league.
Oh, so many
Yeah,
bridges.
so that is unfortunate. It might have been a result of like his gambling addictions and stuff. I don't know.
But yeah,
He might just
there's
be
so
a
many things.
jackass. That could also be it, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, 1,000th game tonight. for Evander Kane. Congratulations to him too.
Hmm.
What else you
To both
got
of them.
news wise? That was it for me.
All right. So Detroit extends Bernard Docker 2 years, 1.6 million.
Okay.
Pierre LeBrun reports that the 84 game season starts next year.
Yeah, I think we knew that already.
Yeah.
That's part of
So
the new CBA that
the
they
new
signed.
CBA. So yep, just
No.
a reminder for that.
That's gonna be so confusing
That's
because like when we get to the end of the season next year, I'm gonna get so confused that there's 84 instead of 82 games.
oh yeah.
Because they'll be like, oh, the season's over when everybody hits their 82nd game, and then it'll be like, ah, just kidding, there's 2 more games.
2 more. Beckett Seneca got for Anaheim. Beckett Seneca got fined for embellishment, which means he already got warned for embellishment.
Yeah.
I think both embellishments occurred in the same week.
That's even funnier.
Oh yeah. Yes. So that's not a reputation a rookie wants
No.
or needs.
Nah.
And again, like he earned it.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah, he did it. And it's not the only time he's done it. They just finally started calling him on it. And again, like you can get it can be a foul and it can be embellishment at the same time. Both things don't necessarily cancel each other out.
Yep. Sorry.
That's you got any other news?
Oh no, that was it. I'm sorry. I was seeing if something was happening tonight or not.
No, not
It has
yet.
not been announced yet.
All right. So the
Let's
big
get to
news
that news,
is
yeah.
Vegas Golden Knights have fired Bruce Cassidy and have hired John Tortorella for the remainder of the season. 8 games.
Which is 8 games.
And playoffs. That's it. That's all he's locked down for.
Yeah, whatever weird short-term contract he signed, it's only for the 8 remaining games and however many games they play in the playoffs. Which, the way that Vegas is playing lately, seems like they're going to get bounced in the first round, if I had to guess.
Now I don't know. Legitimately?
Well, that's actually
now I don't
true.
know.
Maybe they'll get that. Maybe so is genius, because teams tend to like get at least a little bit of a bump after they fire their coach, right? Usually.
Hey, Tortorella might actually put Marner on the right wing where he's a better player.
Nah.
He's been playing center this entire season.
Has he really?
Yes.
I knew he played center a little bit in Toronto, but like this whole oh boy, I didn't realize that.
Guess who doesn't have a power play goal this season?
Mitch Marner.
Jack Eichel.
Oh. Yikes.
No power play goals this season. Like, to me, this is wild that this happened.
Yeah,
Then
that
again,
has to come down to coaching. There's no way that like
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not like Cassidy has been. It seems like he's an asshole coach, and they outwear their welcomes.
Oh well, thank God they got John
there's-
Tortorella.
Well, you're good for John Tortorella for 3 years.
I guess that's true. That's usually his.
It's just like DeBoer. It's Tortorella. Like you got Laviolette. You got a window.
Yeah, and then it's done, and then you need to be fired. I just
Yep.
just question this happening with 8 games left in the year.
Look,
Crazy time to choose to do it.
there
Unless something
is
happened.
precedent.
Is there? Okay.
Lou Lamoriello has done it twice when he was the GM of the Devils.
I mean, it's okay. Dinosaur precedent.
It's dinosaur precedent, but they got 1 cup out of it.
That's fair enough, but that does. How many other times I don't know how many times this has happened where a team in playoff contention, in a playoff spot currently, fires their coach with 8 games left in the year. It's just a wild choice to make.
Again, Lamoriello did it twice.
I get it. But I think if we had this show back then, I would say the same thing. At least the first time, I would have said, that's a crazy thing to do with less than 10 games left in the year. Now, if this happened,
crazy thing to do.
If this happened in January, I don't think any people would have been like, "Oh, okay, that's crazy," but all right, nobody would make a big deal out of it.
It was the same with Vegas fired Claude Julien. No, not
Claude
Claude. It
Julien.
was Gallant.
Gallant, yeah. Gallant's another guy who seems like he's a real jackal.
Claude Julien was the one who got fired by Lamoriello as the coach of the Devils.
Oh, okay. Got it. So, we'll see.
But yeah, didn't Gallant get fired like mid-season, or did he get fired?
I don't remember. He
in
was
between.
Their first coach?
He was he was their first coach, and they fired him and brought in DeBoer.
He did get fired at a weird point in the season. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, because they went to the Cup final in their first year of existence, but then they weren't very good the next year. Didn't they not make the playoffs the next year?
The only time they have not made the playoffs is 2022.
Oh, okay. So no, they made the
first year they got Eichel.
Got it. So, I want to say Gallant did get fired at some point that second season, with no lead up to it, and everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
That's kind of just how Vegas conducts itself, right? Is they're like, if you're not doing what we need you to do, you're out of here, right? They do it to coaches, they do it to players, which I get it, and it seems like a shitty way to run a team, but it's an understandable way to run a team, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, 8 games left in the year.
8 games left in the year, and again, they're. Marner is your second line center, and I don't. It hasn't been working.
True.
Put him on the wing.
Yeah, I mean he's a natural winger, right? So
absolutely. And here's the thing: Tortorella's gonna love him.
Yeah, he's defensively sound. Yeah.
A good two-way
Tortorella's
winger.
Gonna love him. That's true. We'll see what happens.
He's gonna love Eichel. He's like,
oh my god! If this leads to them winning the Stanley Cup out of nowhere, and John Tortorella gets a ring, I don't hate John Tortorella as much as I used to. He's endeared himself a little bit more now that he's been not a coach for a while, and he's been a personality on TV, right? Because he seems kind of fun in that role. He's making jokes and shit. But
I love Tortorella. I have always. It was kind of. I mean, he was kind of annoying. I hate the Rangers, so when he was there,
yeah,
that was.
I think maybe it was more because he was just coaching teams that I hate. That I hated him, the Rangers, and then I think right after he went to Columbus, and both of those places he would seemingly instruct his players to attempt to injure Sidney Crosby. At least it seemed that way anyway. I didn't really hate him when he was the coach of the Flyers, 2 years ago, or whatever it was.
2 years ago, yeah.
He was fine. He didn't he kind of chilled out, it seemed. So we'll see. Also, it would be hilarious if Vegas just goes on a run now.
He's antagonistic to the media, and that's what it is. For the he's just
he should go coach Toronto. Jesus Christ,
he
go fight
is
the media.
Antagonistic, exactly. For players, either love him or hate him. There's no in between.
Yeah.
But you hear a lot about the players who love him. But he takes his goal is to take the focus of the media off the players and put them on himself. It's one less thing that the players have to worry about.
I genuinely think he should go coach Toronto, or Edmonton or something, because he, especially in Toronto, he would take the brunt of all of the media, and he doesn't give a fuck. So
exactly,
he's used to it at this point. He took it all in New York, right?
He loves it. He loves it.
He would love to fight the reporters in Toronto.
Absolutely.
At any given opportunity. So maybe that's a match made in heaven, to be totally honest with you. And he's not a bad coach.
Now with Marner, moving Marner off out of center, I don't know who they put.
Yeah, I don't know who else they got down there. I mean, maybe that was just out of necessity. that Marner was playing center. Is William Karlsson? He's still on the team, right? Is he hurt?
He's hurt. He's not coming
Mm,
back.
okay.
Um,
Yeah, I don't really.
he's done. He's done for the season. I mean,
Got it.
this season losing Petrangelo is been the big one,
Yeah.
and also what's it called? Aiden Hill's hip.
Yes. Yeah.
His injuries have been an issue. Also, look at. I mean, Cassidy was one of the reasons that Logan Thompson got driven out of Vegas because
True.
he demanded a trade.
And now look at him. Logan Thompson's playing great for Washington.
Yeah.
Don't think he'll
Mhm.
win the Vezina, but he should at least be in the conversation for it.
Yes, I think he should be in the conversation. But yeah, I I honestly think there's a chance that now with this coaching change, Vegas bounces Edmonton.
That would be really funny. I mean, Edmonton's not playing particularly well either, so
Right.
that's the thing. I was thinking about this last night. I don't know what's going to happen with the Pacific teams in the playoffs. Like
No.
Edmonton, Vegas, the Ducks are your top three, right? It seems like
And
between those
only
three,
Edmonton
I
has
don't.
a positive goal differential.
I know that's yeah, and so like, can Edmonton be Vegas? Seems like they probably could. Now with this coaching change, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Will Anaheim beat Utah? Who, if Anaheim wins the division, who will they play in the first round? Maybe. I'm not sure.
Here's the thing. I hope whoever wins the division,
Mm-hmm.
I hope, and this is no disrespect to like Utah, I hope they dog walk them.
Why?
I hope because all of this like, oh, the Central's so much better than the Pacific.
Oh,
it's
I
not
gotcha.
fair
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
have to be on the road
I mean,
against a weak Pacific team.
I would counter
I
that
want-
with being the three best teams in the Western Conference are all in the Central, and the rest of them are mediocre at best. Utah's slightly better than mediocre. Everyone else sucks.
Right, like it shouldn't. It like the top three teams. Like it. Dallas is getting punished for being the second best team by having to play Minnesota. It's just
Yeah,
like, all
true.
right. Again, Minnesota, Dallas, and Colorado all get to beat up on some pretty bad teams.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's
get to
part
bank-
of the
they
reason
get to
why
bank
they're
easy points.
yeah their records are so inflated, especially Dallas and Colorado. Not that they're not good teams, but like they're playing like Chicago and St. Louis. Meanwhile, the Metrodome is the Metrodome again. The Atlantic is a Thunderdome as well at this point. There's a few teams that are bad, but like like the Rangers have given up. The Devils aren't very good. Who in the Atlantic's not very good? Toronto's not very good, and Florida has fallen pretty far back because of injuries and whatever.
Florida's given up so far as well.
That's great. They should give up their 2 games that they have against the Penguins, please and thank you. So like that's 4 teams though, right? That are like out of it essentially. Everyone else in the East at least has a spitting chance at the playoffs, right? Washington's almost out of it at this point, but they're still competitive.
They're still trying to piss
They're
people
still
off.
trying.
Like,
Yeah, they're still trying. Meanwhile, you look at the Western Conference, you got Chicago is terrible. Vancouver is the worst team in the league. St. Louis is pretty bad. Calgary's pretty bad. San Jose has flashes of brilliance, but still aren't very good. LA's really not very good. Nashville's not very good. And one of those 2 teams, and one of those Seattle, and those are the 4 teams that are fighting for that last playoff spot. So like, one of San Jose, Seattle, LA, or Nashville are going to get that last playoff spot, and they're going to get annihilated by Colorado in the first round. Like, it's not even a question. They'll be lucky if they get a 5th game, right?
Yep.
So, yeah. I would love to see Dallas and Colorado put in the East. And I'm sure they would still do fine, but their records would definitely not be as tremendous as they are currently.
Yeah, so if it's the Ducks that win the division, I want them to dog walk Utah.
I think they could beat Utah. Utah's not
I think
that
they could
good.
beat Utah.
I think they could beat
Right.
Utah.
They have flashes, but they also have issues as well. And since we're talking about it, I know we were
Sure.
going to talk about how we were going to talk about the race after everything,
Ah,
but
we can
here we
talk
are.
about it whenever. Who
Um,
cares?
yeah. So talking about the 3-2-1
Oh, uh-huh.
uh system, so there was a post I saw that if there was a 3-2-1 at this point,
Mm-hmm.
um, the Metro,
Mm-hmm.
like I got everything, like everyone's point totals.
I got you.
The
Hit me.
Metro, number one would be Carolina with 121 points.
Okay. Makes sense.
Number two, number two would be Pittsburgh with
Okay.
111. Number three in the division would be Washington with 110.
Oh, that is quite the difference. That is quite a jump for Washington.
It's a huge jump
That's
for
regulation
Washington.
wins,
And then
though.
that's regulation wins.
Yeah.
Where they have 31.
Yeah.
31
Oh, that's
of their
quite a lot,
37
actually.
wins.
Yeah.
31 of their 37 wins have been regulation.
Yeah, I think that's even more than
Um,
Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is like 29 or something.
yes, you
27?
were correct.
Oh, 29. Okay. I was looking at tiebreakers earlier.
Um, fourth in the division would be the Islanders with 109, Columbus with 103, Devils 96, Philadelphia 91.
Damn. Philly would get knocked down pretty far.
Yep, and the Rangers with 84.
So, I mean, there's one
Um,
team that it would make a very large difference for, and that would be Washington. They would pull
two
vault
teams.
over
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia
They
too,
flip
but
flop.
not. Yeah, I guess that would drop Philly farther down, right there. That would make them seventh. Um,
Yeah, out of Philadelphia's 37 wins, only 23 are regulation.
yeah, they have won a lot in overtime and the shootout this year.
Yep.
There's just been, in
The
general, a lot of overtime and shootout games this year.
Yes, there has. The Central actually, or not the Central, the Atlantic stays the same.
Okay, there you go.
The point totals are different, but like
Sure, but the 1 through 8 stays
it's
the
the
same.
same standings. Yep.
Well, there you go. There's evidence
Um,
there that like that 3-2-1 system doesn't necessarily mean that anything would change, right?
exactly. Central, you get Colorado 142, Dallas 124, then you have Utah 111,
Ooh.
Minnesota 108,
Okay.
St. Louis 98, Winnipeg 95, Nashville 94, Chicago 81.
That's crazy that St. Louis would get jumped into what was that, fifth place?
Fifth place. Yep.
Which you know what's crazy right now is that if you equal out the games played, they would be tied for a playoff spot right now. St. Louis would be,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
is just insane at this point. How bad they truly are. They have been playing better the last few weeks, and now they're
Yes.
4 points away from a playoff spot. They
Mhm.
could make the playoffs. Like it's possible.
Yeah. And your Pacific, Edmonton leads the division with 111. Vegas second with 102. Seattle third with 98.
Okay.
Anaheim fourth with 94. San Jose 90. LA Kings 87. Calgary 86. Vancouver 54.
Okay, so that would change things a little bit there. So it would change things
Yep.
a little for a few teams, right? But it does. It's not
It
like
would.
Carolina gets dropped down to fourth, right? No, Carolina is still clearly in first place, right? But
Right.
like Washington gets bumped up into third. So like they're I really do think
It would.
it's at
The
least a
playoffs.
conversation that they should have leading to the next CBA. Is like, what if we did go to a
The
3-2-1 system? It doesn't have to change
playoffs would
anything else.
be. Playoffs would be Carolina, Pittsburgh, Washington as your three division leaders.
Yeah.
Then Tampa Bay, Buffalo, Montreal, and then Ottawa and Detroit are your wild card teams.
Oh, so it would knock Boston out of it as well.
Yeah, sorry, it would be Boston, Ottawa,
Oh,
not Detroit.
okay. Okay.
Excuse me.
Uh,
Boston, Ottawa.
Just really don't want Boston to be in the playoffs.
Right now, it's. I don't.
See,
wanna
we don't
play a
even know.
series
We don't
against
even
them.
honestly know who Boston would play in the first round, because
No, we
Carolina and Tampa Bay and Buffalo all have the same amount of points. I'm sure there's a tiebreaker in there somewhere, but we don't even know who Boston would play as the wild card one right now. So Oh, just gross.
Um, in the West, St. Louis and Winnipeg would be the wild card teams. Nope,
Wow. Oh, okay.
Anaheim. St. Louis and Anaheim.
Well, still, that's a pretty big
No,
wow for.
no, I was right. It is St. Louis and Winnipeg.
That's crazy. That's two teams that like have no business
As
being
of
in the
right now,
playoffs. Yeah, I got you. Uh, huh. I would like to
Winnipeg with
see.
95 points, Anaheim 94 points.
Ooh, just out of it, Anaheim.
Yep. So yeah,
Oh man. All right.
that's what
Well,
a 3-2-1 system would look like in this environment.
it would still be crazy. I
Hmm.
think like 3-point swings would be even more nuts than like 2 points, right? Because you could have even bigger
Yeah,
swings if there's two playoff teams playing each other. That could be a 6-point swing between the two of them, right? In the
right.
standings. It's yeah, crazy. All right, let's get to injuries and let's get to some games, so
Yep.
I can try not to lose my mind for the Penguins game tonight. So,
Why? Why?
because they're
Why?
playing the
Because the Penguins
Islanders.
play the Islanders,
Yeah.
and Penguins are 1 point behind with a game in hand.
Yeah, yeah. So it would be a four
And
point swing if they won, if either team won in regulation today.
right,
Uh, I hate
and
it.
it's the Penguins barely holding on to their third place in the
Okay,
division.
Clay. All right. Thanks. Thank you for helping
Hey,
with my stress.
this is just for the
uh,
fans.
and the Penguins keep
The
getting
listeners.
like bullshit goaltender interference calls against them.
They, they have to be hazing.
There has to be. Okay, we'll
Dude,
talk about
they
it when we
have
get
to
to the
be.
Penguins, because it has to be something at this point. Because it's too many times for it to
It's
be a
got
coincidence.
you keep failing way too often
Yeah. Well,
for like
they
either your video coaches are bad
no.
and need to be fired.
The one this week. No, because national talking heads have been like, why wasn't that goaltender interference? Why was that
Right.
goaltender interference? Like I've heard them fucking say it. So, and one of them that they called that the Penguins challenged this week, which honestly I don't think they really should have challenged. I didn't really think it was goaltender interference, but I think the reason they did it was because a pretty similar one earlier this week got called against them. And they're just trying,
Right.
I think at this point, they're just trying to gather evidence to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? You know?
Right.
All right, anyway, injuries. For Chicago, Levshanov, day to day with a hand injury. A lot of day to day injuries because,
A lot of
we're
day-to-day.
almost in the playoffs. So for Colorado, uh, this one's Waugh, right? Not Roy? Roy,
Colorado Wah.
okay, yeah. Roy is the one on Washington, right? The defenseman.
Correct.
Okay.
Wah is the forward.
Yeah.
Roy is the
Yeah.
defender.
Oh, okay. Got it. Waugh, day to day upper body injury. For Columbus, getting hit with injuries at an inopportune time right now. Severson, week to week upper body injury. Voronkov,
Yeah.
week to week upper body injury. And Olivier, day to day upper body injury, although he skated off pretty quick. I was watching that game last night. I don't really
Was
know
that
what
after the
happened.
fight?
Uh, it wasn't. No, it wasn't directly after the fight.
Okay.
So I mean, maybe he hurt something in the fight and then realized it later. I don't know, but he kind of came off the ice and even the announcers were like, I don't know what happened there. So we'll
Yep.
we'll see with him. For Dallas, Sam Steele, day to day undisclosed. Bastian, day to day undisclosed. And Bunting, day to day lower body injury. For Minnesota, Spurgeon, day to day undisclosed. I feel like every other week Spurgeon is injured
I
with a
mean,
day to day
yeah.
injury. For the Devils, Gritzuk, day to day undisclosed. For the Islanders, D'Angelo, 1 to 2 weeks. That one, for some reason, was specific with a lower body injury. For the Rangers, Jonathan Quick, day to day upper body injury. For Philadelphia, Grebenkin, 7 to 10 days. That one's kind
Oh,
of weird that it was that specific. With an upper body injury for Pittsburgh, Sidney Crosby, day to day lower body injury, although he might be back tonight. And then Evgeny Malkin, day to day upper body injury. That's also not helping the Penguins right now.
yeah.
Utah, Hayton, week to week upper body injury. And my last one, Winnipeg, Barron, day to day with a concussion.
Gotcha. All right, so Pacific, Anaheim, Radko Gudas, lower body day to day, though he is apparently playing tonight against Toronto, because he wants to answer for a mistake, yada yada. I don't think Toronto's going to do anything, because it's
Oh, yeah.
Toronto.
Well,
they're not going to do anything.
I will say,
As Chris Pronger brought up in
Yeah.
an interview recently, they didn't even check on Matthews.
they didn't.
The guys on the ice
Yeah.
didn't even check on Matthews. I forgot to mention that. So, like, what are they going to do?
Well, I did
Like-
see before we started recording, Gudas did say apparently he's like minorly injured as well. Oh, you
That's
just
what I
said that.
said.
Yeah,
That's-
you just said that.
We're going injuries. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But he's gonna play tonight.
He rolled his
yeah,
ankle pretty
he's gonna
bad.
play tonight so that he can. He essentially said, so that I can face my own consequences.
Thanks for paying attention, bud.
Sorry.
Minchikov, day to day, lower body.
Sorry. I was trying to find out if Crosby was
Calgary.
playing. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
Hanley, upper body, is done for the season. For the Kings, Helenas, day to day, undisclosed. San Jose, Askarov, day to day, upper body. Klingberg is also day to day with a lower body. For Seattle, Winterton is taking time for personal reasons, indeterminate when he will be back. And then Shane Wright is day to day, undisclosed.
Okay. Who do you think would even fight Gudas tonight?
No one.
Probably
Cowan
no one.
is the only one who tried to put up any.
Yeah,
Like-
the rookie. Yeah.
The rookie, yeah, no, he's the only one who's
Yeah. I
Tried
can't.
to
I'm,
do
I'm like
anything.
trying to think who would even try. Maybe Morgan Riley. I
Let me
don't
look
know.
at it. Maybe no, he's not like.
No, I know he's not, but he was one of the
He's
people
not-
that got a lot of shit for not doing anything about it.
Well, no, he's. What I'm talking about is Gudis is not some kid who just ripped a slap shot.
Yeah,
an empty
true.
net,
Yeah,
like-
true. He's like an actual semi-scary player.
Right. Dakota Joshua. I think-
Dakota
I
Joshua,
think can throw
maybe.
hands.
Yeah, he's a big.
But
he's
also
a big
Paris
burly
is-
dude.
And Pizzetta. Sorry,
Mm.
Pizzetta.
So maybe one of those two guys, but
But Paris said he's going to be at the game tonight. It's just like, okay, like that's going to deter anything. Pizzetta is going to get a 2-game suspension. Fuck it.
It'd be so funny.
Like-
Could you imagine? There's just like a fight, and instead of like getting that one game, don't you get an auto for an instigator?
It's the instigator
or
rule
that's just a
is
penalty.
if it's a fight, it is a major and a suspension if it's within the last 5 minutes of the game.
So if that happens, watch Pizzetta or Dakota Joshua get like 6 games suspended for like no fucking reason.
Right, like again. Whatever. Paris is a joke.
Yep.
But so is Leafs. For the Atlantic, Buffalo, Ostlund, day-to-day upper body. Detroit, Talbot, day-to-day, undisclosed. They kind of need to get Talbot back just because Gibson's been playing, like, I think he's had 7 straight games.
Oof.
Something like that. They
Who's
need
their
to give him a game.
Who's their other backup?
Cam Talbot. Their other
Uh,
one? I don't know.
I think it's some rookie, right? Kosa?
Probably.
Yeah. So it's probably somebody that they really
Oh.
don't want to throw into the fire.
They don't want to throw it
Yeah.
in, so they could definitely like
Pretty-
Talbot played a period this week, so I don't know what this injury is. Excuse me.
Pretty wild that they're
Per
relying
se.
on Cam Talbot, who I swear to God has been playing for 20 years at this point.
Yeah, probably. 20 years sounds right. He's 38 years old.
you go.
Florida is, committing to the tank. Sam Bennett, day-to-day undisclosed. And Evan Rodriguez is done for the season with a broken finger.
Hmm.
Montreal's Anderson is dealing with an illness, and Tessier is day-to-day lower body. This is a bad one for Ottawa. Shabbat is out
Yes.
for a minimum of 4 weeks with a broken arm. Had surgery to repair that. Tampa Bay's Hedman is taking time for personal reasons. He stepped away from his team, and Kucherov is dealing with the flu as well. He's missed the
Just like
last
you.
2 games. Yeah.
Play twinnies.
If he's dealing with what I'm dealing with, I understand why he missed 2 games. I don't know. His has got to be worse. Like,
Yeah, I mean he's a
for those
pro
athletes
athlete,
to,
right?
miss
So
time, yeah.
His has got to be pretty bad.
His has got to be pretty bad. I mean, I'm useless when I have a fever, but
I
other
feel like
than that,
most
like,
people
I'm gonna
are.
try to
Having a
muscle
fever
through.
sucks.
Yeah, but like these guys will still like try to play through it.
Yeah.
He's got to be next to a toilet.
Bring the toilet to the bench. Get him out there.
All right, I'm done.
All right. Let's get to the games. We're starting with the Metro, because I like to hurt myself. Carolina went 1-2 this week. Not a great week for Carolina, although they're pretty clear of the rest of the division. They're not. I don't think they're in any kind of trouble of losing first place.
No.
Losing to Montreal 5-2. Outshot Montreal 43-19 in this game. Stahl and Ehlers had the goals. Anderson 14 of 18. Beat the Devils 5-2. Outshot the Devils 34-19. Ehlers and Gostisbehere each had a goal and an assist, and Taylor Hall had 2 assists. Bussy 17 of 19. And then lost to Montreal again 3-1. Outshot him again 35-18. Svechnikov had the only goal, and Anderson 15 of 18. No top player. They were 3 for 6 on the power play, which is really good. 9 for 10 on the penalty kill with a shorthanded goal for. So if it was just special teams, they were doing great this week.
Yep.
That pesky 5-on-5.
I have your worst penalty kill this week.
Do you? Okay, none of mine were that bad, so I'm sure you do. Overall, Carolina is 46, 21-6, 98 points, first place in the division. Haven't clinched yet, though.
Nope.
Columbus finally had a little bit of a stumble this calendar year, going 1-2-1 this week. Did kick the week off by beating Philly 3-2. Marchment and Werenski each had a goal and an assist, while Severson had 2 assists, and Jet Greaves was 24 of 26. Lost to Montreal 2-1. Severson had the goal there, while Greaves was 18 of 20. Lost to San Jose. I believe that last goal was scored with like a minute and a half left or something like that.
Yeah.
3-2. Sillinger and Matyachuk had the goals. Wilmers Leakins was 33 of 36. Got outshot 36-24 in that game. And then lost to Boston in a shootout 4-3. I watched the third period in this game, which means that I saw all of Boston's goals.
Boston perplexes me.
Boston perplexes me too, because sometimes they look really good and sometimes they look really bad. It's just
keep waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Game to game at this point.
I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop for Boston. They have.
I mean, this was a hell of a game. They came back from being down 3-0 to win in a shootout. Marchment had a goal and an assist. Marchenko 2 assists, and Greaves was 35 of 38. No top player. 1 for 6 on the power play, 6 for 9 on the penalty kill. They are 38, 24, and 12, 88 points. 4th place in the division. Currently, wild card 2. Currently
wild card 2.
The Devils finally decided to turn things around, going 3-1 this week at a point where it doesn't matter for them. They're all but eliminated at the moment.
There are other teams that have done that as well.
Yep. They beat Dallas 6-4.
Calgary Special.
The Calgary Special. St. Louis is also doing it. They beat Dallas 6-4. Jack Hughes 2 goals. Brott and Hamilton had a goal and an assist. Siegenthaler 2 assists. And Jake Allen was 23 of 27. Beat Nashville 4-2. Jesper Brott goal and 2 assists. Heischier, Hughes, and Siegenthaler, it's Jack Hughes, each had 2 points. Markstrom 15 of 17. Lost to Carolina 5-2. Meyer and Dadnoff each had the goals, while Markstrom was 29 of 33. And then they beat Chicago 5-3. Jack Hughes, 4-point night, 2 goals, 2 assists, and Jake Allen, 28 of 31. Jack Hughes, unsurprisingly, is your top player. 4 goals, 4 assists on the week. 2 for 11 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against. 6 for 9 on the penalty kill. That's 2 6 for 9 on the penalty kills in a row. 38, 33, and 2. 78 points. 7th place in the division. And, yeah. Didn't see any pathetic posts this week about how they have more wins than teams ahead of them, but also have 33 regulation losses. So,
yeah, 33 regulation losses.
It's crazy. The Islanders went 2-1 this week. They lost to Chicago 4-3. A little bit of puzzling game there. They outshot Chicago 47-24. Lee
was Spencer Knight in that?
I think he was. Hold on. Nope, Soderblom was in that.
What?
Lee.
Soderblom pulls one of those out every once in a while.
Every once in a while, he's got a good game in him. Lee, Ritchie, and Holmstrom scored the goals for the Islanders. Both goalies played in this game and were collective 20 of 24. They beat Dallas 2-1. Horvat and Ritchie scored the goals, while Sorokin was 26 of 27. And then they beat Florida 5-2. Outshot Florida 40-21. Shen, a goal and 2 assists. Gatcomb, a goal and an assist. And Sorokin was 19 of 21. And he's their top player. Going 56 of 60 on the week, good for a .933 save percentage, 1.52 goals against. Did technically play in all 3 games. He was the relief goalie in the loss to Chicago, I believe. 1 for 8 on the power play, 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. The Islanders, 42, 27, and 5. 89 points. 2nd place in the division at the moment. Because, boy, there's a bunch of teams right up their ass. Right up all each other's asses at this point in the Metro. One of them that is not doing that is the Rangers, who went 2-2 this week. They lost to Ottawa.
What happened to the Rangers this week?
They lost to Ottawa 2-1, where they were outshot 33-10, which I choose to believe as not correct because the NHL retroactively it was adjusted to 10 when it was actually 9 at the end of the game. And I'm choosing to believe they only got 9 shots, which is the first time that's happened in a game where a team got less than 10 shots since 2002. So I'm choosing to believe that that's what happened. I don't care what their stat pushers say.
Ottawa is choosing to believe the 10 goals or 10 shots because that means they had a 900 save percentage.
True.
Which they don't get a lot of.
No, they've not had a great goaltending this year. Connor Sheary had the only goal for the Rangers in that game, while Shesterkin was 31 of 33. He did his best. They lost to Toronto. Shameful. Well, actually, it's the Rangers. I guess it isn't. Lost to Toronto 4-3. Outshot Toronto 43-18 in this game. That's crazy disparity in shots. Lafreniere, a goal and 2 assists. Zibanejad and Fox each had 2 points. Shesterkin 14 of 18. Man, to lose while giving up only 18 shots that's even for a not great team like the Rangers. I mean, come on, that's pretty bad.
It's bad.
Yeah. They then.
I have a fun stat for when we get to Toronto.
Okay. They beat Chicago 6-1. The Rangers did. Outshot them 38-28. Miller, a goal and 2 assists. Hey, JT Miller spotting. Haven't seen much of him this year.
Yeah.
Brodzinski.
He's the one who broke Shabbat's arm.
Great. Great. Good job. Brodzinski had 2 goals in this game. And Garand, who is the guy they called up because Johnny Quick is hurt, 27 of 28. And then they beat Florida 3-1. Seems like Florida's just, like you said, just kind of given up.
Oh, they're going for the first overall pick.
Oh, boy, will people be pissed about that. Do they even have their first rounder this year? Or it probably has a condition on it, right? It probably has a top 5 or top 10 condition.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Adam Fox, goal and an assist in that win for the Rangers, while Shesterkin was 26 of 27. JT Miller's their top player. A goal, 4 assists, and 1 broken arm, 4.
Yep.
They were 3 for 11 on the power play, 14 of 15 on the penalty kill with a shorthanded goal, 4. They are 30, 35, and 9. 69 points, 8th place in the division, and the only team in the Eastern Conference that is eliminated from playoff contention. Right? Yes, I think so.
The only one in the East that is eliminated. That is correct.
This is the Rangers. Okay. I thought I was going crazy for a
All
second.
right. So, 2026 round one pick is 2027 if it is top 10 protected,
Okay, so they probably will have that pick.
or the 2026 first sent to Calgary from Matthew Tkachuk trade. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. I think there's like some confusing like overlapping um shit on those draft picks. So in
Yeah.
either direction, if they pick in the top 10, which seems like they're aiming for at this point, they get to keep that pick and probably have to forfeit
Something
2029's
else.
pick
Yeah.
or something like that. Interesting. Boy, people are going to be
That's
pissed
fun.
if Gavin McKenna goes to Florida. They're going to be so mad,
Yeah, absolutely.
including the two of us, I would wager, because they just won two
Yeah.
back-to-back Stanley Cups, and then you get what is supposed to be at least generational-ish talent, franchise player-ish
Yeah.
player. We don't know quite yet because he hasn't played that great in the NCAA. Well, he's played okay in the NCAA, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Philly is up next. They went 3-1 this week, and in doing so, have gotten themselves back into a playoff contention.
Yeah. They went the playoffs.
They did lose to Columbus 3-2. Couturier and Drysdale had the goals in that game, while Vladar was 16 of 19. Beat Chicago 5-1. Outshot Chicago 42, to 26. Four different players had 2 points, and Urson was 25 of 26. Beat Detroit 5-3. Oh, and Tippett had a hat trick and an assist in this game, while Konechny and Drysdale each had 2 assists, and Vladar was 32 of 35. And then they beat Dallas 2-1 in overtime. I watched the end of this game. Outshot
Yeah.
Dallas 30-18. Konechny and Zagros had the goals. Zagros's was the overtime game winner, and Urson was 17 of 18. Owen Tippett and Urson are your top players. Tippett having 3 goals, 3
Absolutely.
assists. Urson 42 of 44. Good for a .955 save percentage and .97 goals against. Hell of a week for Urson.
I mean, he very much stole that game from Dallas.
Oh yeah, Dallas had tons of opportunities that he was just stonewalling. Okay, Pittsburgh is up next. They didn't have a great week, going 1-2. The last like actual calendar week, like Sunday to Sunday, has not been good for the Penguins.
Right.
Lose to Colorado 6-2. Shinikov and Raquel had the goals. Shilov's 24 of 29. This is the game where Justin Brazeau had kind of a bullshit goaltender interference called against him.
Yeah, I'll
The
agree with you.
goalie
I
was.
texted you about that.
You did text me about that.
Not in the crease.
The goalie was in the crease. Brazeau was not in the crease, and they kind of
Right.
ran into each other. I think that's not goaltender interference
It's not.
because Brazeau wasn't even in the crease, and I don't
He was
remember
a
which
good
goalie it
foot
was.
out of it.
The goalie was at the top of the crease, and they just kind of
And
like
stuck his hand out. And
yeah,
his
stuck
hand
his
was out.
hand
Like, that's
out
what
and like
happened.
got tangled with the whoever the defender was too. And Brazeau actually was the one that I think picked up a rebound and scored the goal on that. Now,
Yep.
would it have changed the outcome of this game? Probably not. The Penguins were down 4-1 at that point, but it might have swung momentum for Pittsburgh at the very least. But no, they called it goaltender interference because fuck the Penguins, I guess.
I very much disagree with that call because
Yeah.
he wasn't in the crease. He was a good
No,
foot,
not
2
at
feet
all.
out of it. Like, it wasn't close.
Pittsburgh then beat Ottawa in Ottawa 4-3 in a shootout. That's 2 shootouts in a row the Penguins have won. Look out, everybody.
Look at that.
They outshot Ottawa 40-29. Raquel 2 goals and an assist in this game. Carlson a goal and 2 assists, and Skinner 26 of 29. It was a good game. Good back and forth game. Then they lost to Dallas 6-3, where they got outshot 26-12. But hey, it's still over 10. Suck it, Rangers.
So over 10.
Carlson has been doing everything he can to drag this team into the playoffs
He's
at this
a
point.
monster.
A goal and 2 assists in this game. Since the end of the Olympics, he's like second in the league in points or something like that. I saw some statistic like he has like 9 goals since the Olympics.
We mentioned this last week with like whatever he and Sullivan having problems
Yeah.
with. But like also now Sullivan's at the Rangers, and there's talk about Fox wanting out. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on
who
with
knows?
Sullivan
Like, what's going on
and
there?
offensive defensive star offensive defenseman. But clearly the coaching was the issue for Carlson the last couple of years, which sucks, you know.
Yeah,
As, you know, retrospectively as a Penguins fan. But he's fucking killing it. He might be one of the
he's
reasons the
back to
Penguins make the playoffs this year.
he's back
With
to
like
Ottawa levels.
yeah, he is. Well, maybe last year in San Jose levels, right? Well, maybe not quite that because he had 25 goals and 100 points. He's not on pace for that.
Yeah,
But Jesus, since the Olympic break, he has been just a fucking
a monster.
monster. Yeah, and he's their top player this week. 2 goals, 4 assists. 2 for 10 on the power play, 6 for 10 on the penalty kill. The Penguins' penalty kill has been pretty stinky the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
And one of the reasons that Dallas game went, upside down for the Penguins is because they just kept taking penalties in that game. Dallas, I think, ended up being 2 for 5 on the power play in that game, but it was just like
oof.
anytime the Penguins had any bit of momentum, they would take a penalty, take a penalty, take a penalty.
Yep.
And it was just like, oh my God, you're fucking killing yourselves at this point. Pittsburgh is 36, 21, and 16, 88 points, third place in the division as of right now. Washington, our last Metro team, went 2-1 this week.
Yeah,
They did get shut out by St. Louis. Now, if this was a month ago, I would say shameful, but St. Louis has been on a real heater the last few weeks.
yeah.
So I won't give Washington too much shade for that. Going Thompson 24-26 in that game. He did his best. They did beat Utah 7-4. Ovi a hat trick in this game. Old man hat trick. 5 other players had 2 points, and Thompson 36-40. Go ahead.
Like, I think he had a hat trick either earlier this year or it could have been last year's. Like, all right, that was his last hat trick.
This one might be.
This one might be.
Well, you never know. There's 8-9 games left in the season, so he might
Right.
get another one in there. I wouldn't put it past Ovi getting another hat trick before.
Well, I
the
was
year's
just like,
over.
all right, he's not hit. It's like, okay, he's not hitting 30 goals this year.
Well,
And then the hat trick happened, and now
Yeah.
he's only one away. It's like, okay,
like,
okay.
oh, all right, he could do that definitely.
I think he's only one away. Maybe could be 2 or 3, but
Even
still,
if it's
like,
2 or 3, I mean, Ovi could get 2 or 3
that's
in
in
the
the realm of
last,
possibility,
last
yeah.
handful of games. Then they beat.
he's got 29 goals. So there it is.
Yeah, he could
Yeah.
definitely get one more goal this year. Even though I know he's certainly doesn't look himself anymore, but I think he could get one more.
Oh yeah.
Washington beat Vegas to end their week in a shootout, 5-4. Surdiff goal and an assist. Hudson, it's Cole Hudson, right? For you guys.
Yep.
Yeah. 2 assists. Thompson 25 of 29. I keep wanting to call him Lane Hudson, which is his brother. It's not him,
Right.
obviously, but Strome had the only shootout goal for either team in that game. Ovi's their top player. 3 goals and an assist on the week. 3 for 11 on the power play, plus 2 shorthanded goals against. Not great. 8 for...
Same power play.
Again, I feel like this happened a week or 2 ago with them.
It did.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It did.
Oh, man. 8 for 11 on the penalty kill. That's okay. They're 37, 28, and 9. 83 points, 6th place in the division. There's a chance for them to make the playoffs.
It's not good, but it's a chance.
It's a very small chance. They got a lot of teams they got to jump over, but they could do it. They could do it. All right, that's it for the Metro. What you got?
All right, I'm gonna talk about the Pacific. I did all of this morning, so everything's in alphabetical order because I was, feeling a lot worse this morning than I am now.
Well, I'm glad
All
you're
right,
feeling a little better.
Anaheim, 2-1 this week. They started their week by beating Vancouver 5-3. John Carlson 3 assists in this game.
Look at him.
Dosel in net. Then they beat Calgary 3-2 in overtime. Mikko Granlund had a hat trick in this game.
Okay.
And then they lose to Edmonton 2-4. Carlson 2 more assists in this game. Their power play was 3 for 11, and their penalty kill was 5 for 7. So that's not great.
No.
But that was just one game. John Carlson is their top player with 7 assists in these 3 games.
Look at him. God damn. Good for him.
I will say Mikael Granlund had 5 goals as well.
That's pretty good for him too, because he's not a huge goal scorer.
He loves to pass.
Yeah, he's a big passer.
That's why he didn't work in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. On a team with a bunch of other passing guys. Yeah.
We've talked about that in the past.
Yeah.
All right.
Hextall's last middle finger to the team.
Oh yeah, 41, 28, and 4, 86 points. That is first in the division.
It's pretty crazy.
Again, in the
good
East,
for Anaheim.
Not a playoff team.
Not even close. Well, they 4 points, but like they'd be where Washington is, right? They'd be basically in the same spot.
No, 86.
Oh, 86. I'm sorry. I thought you said 84. I misheard you.
No, 86. They're where Philadelphia is.
Okay, so they'd be in it, but they wouldn't. They would be in the mix, but they're not in the playoffs currently.
All right. Next up is Calgary, who, like they do every year,
confuse you at the end of the year. Yeah.
No, go on a win streak late in the season, ruin their draft pick. 2-0-1 this week. They beat the Kings 3-2 in a shootout. Wolf in net there with a 9-2 save percentage. Then they lose to Anaheim, like I just said, 2-3. Only Mata 2 assists in that game, and then they finish their week by beating the tar out of Vancouver, which is fair. 7-3. Wolf in net. Coronado a goal and 2 assists. They were outshot by Vancouver 34-23. They were 3 for 7 on the power play, 8 for 11 on the penalty kill, and their top player this week. I do have to give a shout out to Dustin Wolf. He gets 2 wins, 916 save percentage, 2 goals against. But Oli Mata,
hilarious.
2 goals and 3 assists.
Good for him. Week. I love Oli Mata.
New on the team.
Stanley Cup, 2-time Stanley Cup champion, Oli Mata.
2-time Stanley Cup champion. They are 31, 34, and 8, 70 points, 7th in the division. They are 7-3-1 since the trade deadline.
Hilarious. Mackenzie Weegar was the problem? ?
Yeah, and Nazem Kadri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so funny
next
when
up
teams do that.
It is. Edmonton went 3-0 this week. They beat Utah 5-2. Vegas 4-3 in overtime, and then Anaheim 4-2. Jari got a win.
Hey, good for him.
In there. In the Utah game, Roslovic had 2 goals. The Vegas game, Bouchard had a goal and assist, including the overtime game winner. And then in the Anaheim game, McDavid had a goal and 2 assists. They were 0 for 5 on the power play this week, 7 for 8 on the penalty kill. McDavid is obviously your top player because he always is.
Yep.
He had 4 goals, 4 assists in these 3 games. 37, 28, 9, 83 points, 2nd in the division. Up next is the Kings, who went 1-1. They 1-1-1. They lose to Calgary in a shootout 2-3. Quentin Byfield 2 goals in this game. Then they shut Vancouver out 4-0. Kemper 19 for 19. They outshot Vancouver 38-19, and they were 74% on the faceoff dot.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, that 74% win your faceoffs. That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Byfield did have another goal and assist in this game, and then they lose to Utah 2-6. Adrian Kempe did have a goal and assist in this game. Both goalies did play, but they were 1 for 6 on the power play this week, 5 for 8 on the penalty kill. Oof.
I can't wait to hear what the worst one was. Because some of these are pretty putridly bad.
These are bad, but like it's sample size that makes this one the worst.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
Byfield 3 goals, 1 assist this week for your top player. They are 29, 26, and 18. They've tied the record.
Oh, they did.
Tied the
Yeah, they
record.
did.
First game this week, 18 overtime losses.
Let's
They have
go. Break
76
it.
points. They're 4th in the division, but they do not have a wild card spot.
Okay.
San Jose also went 1-1-1 this week. They lose to Nashville 3-6. Will Smith 2 goals in this game. They were outshot they outshot Nashville 35-19. So 6 goals on 19 shots is oof.
Yeah, that's not great.
That's not good. I didn't need to look up these goals or like the highlights. Just they better have been high quality.
At least one of them wasn't. When it's 6 on 19 shots, there's got to be at least one that was like, boy, you should have had that
you
one.
Want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they lose to overtime to St. Louis, 2-1. Both goalies played in this game, so this might have been where Askarov picked up his injury. I don't know. Oh yeah, Askarov started this game. He left early. And then the 3-2 win against Columbus to snap their 6-game losing streak. Chernisov had 2 goals in this game. Chernisov has been very excellent, and if you don't remember him, he fell to second round, but he was going to be a first-round pick, but he got a sunburn.
Oh.
He got a real bad sunburn, so he couldn't participate in some drills or meet with teams.
Oh, right before the draft. I do vaguely remember that happening. What a stupid reason to drop him out down the draft board. It's just like, well, he did get a really bad sunburn.
Boy got sun poisoning and couldn't do anything. So
as a pale dude who's got sun poisoning before, that shit sucks. So
it sucks.
Yeah.
But San Jose lucked out.
Yeah. I'm okay with San Jose lucking out in that situation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They were 2 for 7 on the power play, 4 for 5 on the penalty kill. Will Smith is their top player with 2 goals and 2 assists in these 4 games. They are 33, 31, and 7, 73 points, 6th in the division. Next up is Seattle, who went 1-0-2. They win. Seattle, San Jose, the Kings. They don't want the last playoff spot.
No, but
it's there for the taking.
Mathematically, if you equal out points, right now Seattle is the first team in.
Seattle's the first team in because they only have 72 games played.
Yeah.
They have 2 games in hand on Nashville. And are only 2 points back.
Yeah.
All right. They lose all of these games went to overtime.
Of course.
5-4 shootout loss to Florida. Decord and net. Eberle did have a goal and assist in this game. Then the 4-3 overtime win against Tampa Bay. McMahon. Having McMahon and McCann on this team, I swear to God.
I don't envy you.
It makes me mad.
I would get confused.
McMahon a goal and an assist. They were outshot by Tampa 20-33, and they were only 39% effective on the face-off dot. And then they lose 2-3 in a shootout against Buffalo. McMahon a goal and an assist in this game. This week they were 0 for 6 on the power play, 3 for 5 on the penalty kill.
Ooh, that's not good either.
It's not good either. McMahon is their top player with 3 goals and 2 assists. He has been lighting it up since coming to Seattle.
Yeah, I saw something earlier today. Maybe you saw this too, but it sounds like Seattle is working on an extension with him too.
They are working on an extension because he's got like 5 goals in the 7 games he's played.
He's been killing it since coming over from Toronto.
He's been excellent since coming over from Toronto.
So I would probably try to extend him too.
Mm-hmm. Moving on is Vancouver. Wait, did I say they're 32, 29, and 11, 75 points, 5th place in the division. Now moving on to Vancouver, who went 0-3. Vancouver knows where they
Yeah,
are.
true.
And they want
Sorry,
that
John.
first pick.
I mean,
They lose 3-5.
I get it.
Yeah. We've talked about all these games. 3-5 loss against Anaheim. 4-0 loss against the Kings, where Lankinen was the star. A number one star of this game, getting shut out 4-0
He was the number one
because
star. What was this? Oh yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
uh, it was like 37-19 or something like that.
Okay.
So he was 34 for 37 with a 919 save percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the 3-7 loss against Calgary. Tolopilo started this game. Lankinen finished it. They were 3 for 9 on the power play this week.
That's not
4
bad.
for 8 on the penalty kill.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That goes from like, yeah, all right, to, nah.
Yeah. Elias Pettersson, the forward,
Hey.
does have 4 assists this week.
Okay. That's something. That's something.
That's something. 21, 43, and 8 is their record. They have 50 points.
All right. Before we move on from Vancouver, I learned a tidbit about the draft this week that I think is very interesting for Vancouver specifically. There is a pair of twins in this draft.
Twins, Basil.
One of them is projected to go in like the top 15 at least. The other one is like a second round talent.
Mm-hmm.
But Vancouver's like, come on, I want that guy.
Twins, Basil.
I want them both again.
Twins.
Let's run it back. Let's get more twins. Although I doubt these two kids are. I mean, I guess I don't really know anything about them, but I doubt they're as good as the Sedins. But it
Right.
would be funny if Vancouver somehow
be-
ended up with the two of them
With the Sedins,
with
yeah.
a pair
Or-
of twins again.
Absolutely.
But like Gavin McKenna's from that area of Canada, from
Yeah,
British
but so is
Columbia.
Celebrini, and yeah.
No, but I'm just saying,
Uh,
like Vancouver wants that first round pick. They want
Wants
the
Celebrini.
hometown hero boy. Like that's what they want.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure they'll get screwed out on that pick somehow.
Florida, like I said. Calling it meow.
Calling it meow. Alright.
Let's finish up with Vegas, who went 0-1-2. They're not out of this overtime loss race.
They're not.
They lose to Winnipeg 4-1 in regulation. Oh, Aiden Hill plays all these games. He's played 7 of the last 8, where Akira Schmid has also been just as serviceable, if not better. So
That's
this
an interesting choice on it. Maybe that
There
was
is-
part of it. The Bruce Cassidy, what are you doing with the goalies kind of thing,
There's very much rumor that it actually just came out recently that Cassidy lost the room.
Had to have. I mean, the way
If
that
you're
they're
losing-
playing,
Yeah,
they're not listening
You
to
had
the
to
coach.
have lost the room.
Yeah.
No, and if you lost the room before going into the playoffs, it's done. You're
Yeah.
dead.
You think Tortorella just got in there and was like, "All right, guys, let's have some fun. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Hell, we'll see
Do
what
whatever you want.
happens.
I don't
these
care.
last
Go out
8
there, do
games.
whatever you want."
They lose to
He's
Edmonton
just
3-4
drunk
in
uncle. He's just
overtime.
drunk uncle coach. Okay, yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Stone does have 2 goals in this game, and then they lose. They lose to Washington in
Shootout.
a shootout. Like, yeah, okay. Oh, it wasn't the same power play because Vegas only had 1 shorthanded goal. in
Oh,
this game.
okay. You got it confused with 2
Eichel did
weeks
have a
ago
goal
when it
in-
was the same power play.
Yeah, well, I think it's because that's not the first time that's happened to Washington this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I want to say there was. I feel like I do remember it happening another time earlier in the year. Where I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Eichel did have a goal and 2 assists this game. 2 for 11 on the power play this week. 11 or 10 for 12 on the penalty kill with shorthanded goal 4. They don't have a top player. They're 32, 26, and 16. 80 points, third in the division. 16 overtime losses. They're going for that record too.
Yeah, they're right there. I mean, Pittsburgh's right there. They also have 16. So watch your
Yep.
backs, LA.
Watch your backs.
There's still like 8 or 9 games left in the season for everybody. Those two teams could get that record.
There's only 3 more weeks.
It's only 3 more weeks. Yeah, I believe the last games are played April. I want to say 16th or 15th. One of those 2 days.
Sure.
So we're getting there, kids. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
All right, Central Division up next. Chicago 1-3. Just so good, Chicago.
Yep.
Did beat the Islanders 4-3. Lardis had a goal and 2 assists. Bertuzzi and Nazer each had a goal and an assist, while Soderblom was 44 of 47. Lost to Philly 5-1. Got outshot 42-26. I think I said that already. Bedard had the only goal. Spencer Knight 37 of 42. Lost to the Rangers 6-1. Lardis the only goal in this game. Soderblom 32 of 38. And then lost to the Devils 5-3. Nazer had 2 goals in that game. Frundell 2 assists. And Knight was 35 of 39. They don't have a top player. 1 for 9 on the power play. 9 for 11 on the penalty kill. 27, 34, and 13. 67 points. 8th in the division. Still haven't technically been eliminated from the playoffs yet. But we're getting real close to it at this point. Well, I don't know. I don't know when they're going to get eliminated. Because I think they have 8 or 9 games left. So 85 points is maybe when they get eliminated. So, none of those teams are near that.
They only
right
have
now.
67. Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
they're not making the playoffs, but it's just like funny that they haven't been eliminated yet. You okay?
They get eliminated this week.
I thought you hit your head on the desk for a second because your head went down and there was a noise, and I was like, "Did he just smack his head on the desk?"
I found a screw.
All right, Colorado is up next, going 2-1 this week, beating Pittsburgh 6-2. Nachos 2 goals in that game. Malinsky a goal and an assist. Wedgwood 30 of 32. Should have been a third goal in there. They beat Winnipeg 3-2. McKinnon 2 goals in this game. Blackwood 22 of 24. And then they lost to Winnipeg 4-2. Nelson and Kelly had the goals in that third game, while Blackwood was 17 of 20. No top player for them either. 3 for 9 on the power play. 10 for 10 on the penalty kill. 48, 14, and 10. 106 points. First place in the division. Have clinched a playoff spot.
But they've only gone 5-4-1 in their last.
That's true.
Games,
they have not been playing that great the last few weeks, but still, first place in the division by a lot.
But neither has the second team.
Yeah,
Dallas has the next team.
Dallas had a bad week, going 1-2-1, losing to the Devils 6-4. Johnston had 2 goals and an assist in this game. Robertson a goal and 2 assists, and Hartley 2 assists. Both goalies played and were a collective 19 of 24. They lost to the Islanders 2-1. Duchesne, the goal in that game. Ottinger, 23-25. They did beat Pittsburgh 6-3. Rantanen came back in this game. He had been out for a few weeks. Bork.
Since the Olympics.
Since the Olympics, yeah. Bork, 2 goals and an assist. Ben, 2 assists. Robertson and Rantanen each had a goal and an assist. While Ottinger only had to face 12 shots and was 9 for 12. That's pretty bad. That's pretty not good. At least one of those goals was an empty net goal, if not 2 of them, for Dallas in that game, but doesn't matter. And then they lost to Philly 2-1 in overtime. Huri scored the goal. This guy's last name is,
It's Huru.
It's Huru. It is Huru. Hyry. Okay, I believe you. He scored the goal in this game.
I listened to the
announcers
to his goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Atu Ratu.
Oh, okay.
Like
Huru. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's how. What is he Finnish? Probably. That's how they say Y's in Finland is like a U. In either direction. Huru scored the goal.
Look up Dallas's roster.
It's like half Finnish players.
It's half Finnish players. I don't know how to say nothing.
DeSmith was 28 of 30 in that Philadelphia game. Robertson is their top player. 2 goals, 3 assists on the week. They were 3 for 13 on the power play, 11 for 13 on the penalty kill, with a shorthanded goal for, 44, 18, and 12. 100 points. Second place in the division. The only other team to have clinched a playoff spot so far in either conference.
Yep. I got another player from Dallas. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to say his name. His first name's
Is
Dylan.
Is it Hirokin or whatever it is?
I guess that's how.
HRY? Yeah. Hold on. I think he scored last week.
TKOWIAN. He did.
Yeah. Let me find it. I wrote it down. I think it's Hirokin.
See, that makes...
Hirokin. I think it's Hirokin.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was another name that I was like, whoa, what is that name? Hirokin and Huru. Huru sounds like...
You got
Sounds like somebody is putting a racist voice to saying Hulu.
Yeah. Yes. Hirokin is their current third-line center.
Okay.
And Huru is on the fourth line. And then you got Heiskanen, and then you got Lundqvist, Labushkin.
Foxa.
It's just...
Right?
Foxa.
Yeah, Foxa's Finnish.
Capobianca.
Oh, yeah. So many Finnish players on Dallas.
Well,
that's why they had. That's why they had.
It's not necessarily Finnish, but it's just crazy.
Names. But they do have quite a few Finnish players on the Dallas team. That's why they had Dallas versus Florida in Finland, because between the two teams, there was like 12 Finnish players on those two teams.
Yeah.
All right, Minnesota is up next. Minnesota has come back down to earth comparatively to the other two, going 1-2 this week. Losing to Tampa Bay 6-3. Tarasenko a goal and an assist in that game, while Gustafsson was 20 of 24. Beat Florida 3-2. Outshot Florida 50-20.
Yeah, they did.
50-20. Joel Eriksson, Foligno, and Hartman had the goals in that game, while Wallstead was 18 of 20. That's got to be one of the only times this year that we've seen a team hit 50 shots, I think. I want to say it happened one or two other times, but...
We've gotten close a bunch, but I don't know if we actually hit 50.
It's not a normal occurrence, certainly. And, then they lost to Boston 6-3. Zucker and Hartman had a goal and an assist. Hughes had 2 assists, and Gustafsson 25 of 30. Hartman... what? Hartman's their top player, but I wrote that he had a goal and an assist, which is clearly not correct. I think he might have had 2 goals and 2 assists this week. 3 for 8 on the power play, 4 for 7 on the penalty kill. That's pretty bad. 41, 21, and 12. 94 points, third place in the division. I believe 1 point away from clinching a playoff spot at this point.
They are. Whoever beat them their last game spoiled the clinch.
Boston, yeah. So, of course it was Boston. Those fuckers.
Of course it was Boston.
Oh, Nashville, who held the last wild card spot, or currently holds the last wild card spot, went 1-3 this week, so they're really trying not to make the playoffs either. Did beat San Jose 6-3, so that's one of the teams that's chasing them. Forsberg a goal and 2 assists. Marchessault 3 assists. Shea and O'Reilly had 2 points, and Saros was 27 of 30. Pretty good game to start your week. Well, then they lost to the Devils 4-2. Schaefer and Stamkos had the goals in this game, while Noonan was 26 of 29. Lost to Montreal 4-1. LaRue had the goal, while Saros was 28 of 32. And then lost to Tampa Bay 3-2. Forsberg goal and an assist, and Noonan 25 of 28. Forsberg is your top player, 2 goals, 3 assists. 1 for 10 on the power play, 11 for 13 on the penalty kill, 34, 31, and 9. 77 points, and I believe the last wild card spot right now, but that's definitely going to change.
Yeah.
Based on games in hand and whatnot. Yeah, just the fact that Nashville's just not very good. But neither are the other teams chasing them, so. But you know who's really angling to at least play spoilers here is St. Louis, who went 3-0 this week. And all of a sudden, they're only 4 points out of a playoff spot. They shut Washington out 3-0. Snuggerud, Kyrou, and Stenberg had the goals, while Hoffer made 21 saves for the shutout. Beat San Jose in overtime 2-1. Holloway had the overtime game winner and an assist. Hoffer 24 of 25. And then they beat Toronto 5-1. Outshot Toronto 38-13. Holloway a goal and an assist. Thomas Cairo and Neighbors 2 assists, and Binnington was 12 of 13 in that game. Hoffer's their top player, 45 of 46. What a week for him. 9.78 save percentage, .48 goals against. St. Louis was 1 for 7 on the power play, 6 for 6 on the penalty kill with a shorthanded goal for, so that's better than 100%. They're 31, 30, and 11, which means they're over Hockey 500 now, technically. 73 points, 7th in the division. They do have 2 games in hand on Nashville, which means, theoretically, they could be tied with Nashville for the last wild card spot right now.
That's crazy.
Could you imagine they make the playoffs after, at the trade deadline, everybody was like, well, St. Louis is going to sell off everybody. Yeah. And then they make the playoffs. That would be so funny. Utah went 1-2. They lost to Edmonton 5-2. Kerfoot Krause had the goals. Well, both goalies played this game, going collective 21 and 25. Lost to Washington 7-4. They outshot Washington 40-25 in this game. Keller and Sergachev each had 3 assists, while Genther had 2 goals, and Vanacek was 17 of 23. And technically, both goalies played this game too, but Vanacek played all but the last 7 minutes of the game. Vejmelka only faced 1 shot, so I didn't feel like. Well, I guess I talked about him anyway, but I didn't feel like saying both goalies played this game, even though technically they did. But hey, then they beat LA 6-2. Sergachev 4 assists in this game. Kerfoot and Cooley both had 2 goals, and Keller 2 assists, and Vejmelka 29 of 31. Sergachev, top player, 7 assists. 5 for 9. 5 for 9 on the power play.
Wow.
With a shorthanded goal against. 4 for 5 on the penalty kill. 38, 30, and 6. 82 points. 4th place in the division. Wild card 1. And it seems like that's just where they're going to be.
Yeah, seems like that's where they live.
That's where they've lived since Thanksgiving. So,
yeah.
Winnipeg is last up in the Central, going 2-1. They beat Vegas 4-1. Scheifele a goal, 2 assists. Connor a goal and an assist. Hellebuck 26 of 27. Lost to Colorado 3-2. Scheifele 2 goals in this game. Hellebuck 32 of 35, and then they beat Colorado 4-2. Velarde a goal and an assist, and Hellebuck 21 of 23. Scheifele's your top player, 3 goals, 3 assists. They were 0 for 10 on the power play, 7 for 10 on the penalty kill. They are 31, 30, and 12, 74 points, 6th place in the division. They do have an outside shot at the playoffs, doubtful, but it's possible.
But it's there.
It's there. All right, take us home with the Atlantic.
I'll take you home in the Atlantic, but first, because there's baseball start. I mean, I'm easily distracted. And B, baseball.
That's okay. I repeated something that you had said 5 seconds earlier to you earlier.
Almost word for word.
So almost word for word.
Almost word for word.
Don't feel bad about being distracted. Go ahead.
Baseball started this week, and there was recently been a rule change in where they added the ABS and challenges into.
I think I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
It's been amazing. It's been fantastic.
I think it's a great thing to have added to the game. Because you only get 2. I forgot
how many. But if you
succeed, you keep going. Yeah. If you fail twice, you have 1 more.
You're right. So
hi, Ginger.
Overall, this point in the season, it's 54% overturns. That's it. It's basically 50-50.
That's fine.
After 3 games.
I think that's totally fine. After 3 games for the entire league, yeah.
Right. One thing, there's one ump that has boosted that numbers where 18% of all overturns are him.
Could you imagine they use this as a weeding out the umpires who need to go to? Just like
they should.
Just get out of here. You're retiring, quote unquote.
After the 54% overturn, 18 are directly him.
From him. Oh my god.
It's been great.
And we already had. What I thought. Okay, keep going if you had more to say.
What I was going to say was fielders or the catchers are 63% successful. Batters are 42% successful.
That's it. That doesn't surprise me that the catchers are more successful because they know where those pitchers are.
It does say 60% is fielders, but almost all are catchers. Then there might be one or two pitchers who have like
Yeah.
challenged their spot.
I really liked in the preseason or the spring training, whatever you want to call it. There was because they were testing this out in the spring training, and there was one
Well, they
that I.
tested. It was in spring training last year too.
Oh, okay, but this was like it was coming this year. Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
But there was one pitcher who challenged it, and his catcher tried to tell the catcher was like, no, 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 you're wrong, you're wrong, and then they looked at it, and it was wrong.
It was not even close.
It was not. It was like 2 inches away from the strike zone. Um,
Uh,
but we already had our first
Ejection?
rage bait ejection for
Yeah.
it too. That because you can't just do it. You have to do it like pretty much immediately after the pitch. Like either the
Right.
catcher, pitcher, or batter has to, because those are the only three that can challenge it.
Yeah.
You-
There's been a couple like you're allowed a little bit, and there's also been a couple of like umps that have been like, you took too long, and where disagree.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
that's where
umps
some
are
of
already
it,
being
the umps are
a little
already going to
shitty,
be
too.
bitches about it. Yeah, but
Yep.
it was shout out Derek Shelton, former Pirates manager, terrible manager. It came out to argue about it was against Baltimore, I think.
It was the Orioles, yeah.
Yeah, because the pitcher challenged it, and it was a strike, which was a strikeout. And
Yeah, instead of a walk.
he started arguing that he didn't call it fast enough, blah blah blah, and then he just started screaming at the ump, and he got thrown out of the game.
Yeah. Well, also,
Oh,
like,
those ones are gonna be
the-
funny. Those
Yeah,
ejections are
they're going
funny.
to be great. Well, it was the pitcher only took a step off before being like,
Sure,
hey,
yeah,
but the catcher actually just turned in because you can
yeah.
vocally ask for challenges.
Oh, so
he
the
didn't-
catcher was like,
the-
"No, we want to challenge
the
that."
catcher is just like, we challenge,
Yeah.
but the manager didn't see
the
that,
manager
so-
didn't see that, right? But that's funny. 3 games in, we already have
it's
our
still-
first rage bait.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I'm
ejection.
so glad baseball's back.
But hey, you know what?
Um,
Speaking of referees, did you see the NFL is going to have replacement refs again this year?
Probably, yeah.
No, not probably. They announced it today.
No, I
because
didn't see that.
because just like with players, they have a collective bargaining agreement with the refs, who are
Yeah, as they
terrible
should.
at their jobs. So like they should just be better at their jobs. But
Yeah,
I don't know
agreed.
what is
But the
leading.
replace-
I don't know what is leading
I
to
don't-
this, but I don't know what the refs are asking for. It might be reasonable.
But-
I don't know, but
the
the
last
NFL,
time the refs won,
the refs did
like,
win because
it
the
was
replacement
crazy.
refs were even worse somehow.
even worse.
So look for that in the upcoming football season for at least the
Ugh.
first couple of weeks, I think. Oh, that was
Great.
the infamous. Catch that wasn't a catch.
Yeah, the
in,
Detroit, Green Bay.
Yeah, Detroit Green Bay game. That was like so clearly the wrong call. But you know what this might lead to in the NFL that I just thought of is a
Full-time refs.
sky judge and full-time refs.
Ooh,
But like,
yeah.
I want that sky
I mean-
judge that could call down and be like, "You're wrong," you know?
I think, well, going back to actually what this podcast is about, I think the NHL also needs a sky judge because
Yep.
things are just too fast
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
ice.
there was a
And the
really bad
and the
miscall.
fact that the refs get so much correct is amazing.
Yeah, that's true. There was a really bad miscall in the Pittsburgh Dallas game where a Dallas
Bischel, I think.
Yeah, Bischel.
Stole Eric Car-
Basically
stole
just
Carlson's
took
stick.
Eric Carlson's stick and just like threw it away right in front of the ref. Now, if you watch the replay, the ref is looking at like the blue line or something. He's not looking.
Yeah.
Which like, it did happen right in front of you, but like I get it, you weren't looking, kind of thing. But then Bischel scored a goal immediately afterwards,
Immediately, yeah.
while Carlson was screeching obscenities at the
Crazy.
ref.
Yeah.
So that was a really bad miscall. But if he wasn't looking, he wasn't looking, right? Like I'm not
Right.
going to give that
But,
ref
like-
too much shit, but I think
There's
a
so
sky
much
judge
things
in
that he
hockey,
has to-
every sport should
has
just
to
have a
look
sky judge to be like, you missed that should be a penalty,
Right.
or that,
The NBA already had a gambling like
Yep.
scandal that only one ref went down for, but like, come on.
I'm shocked that hasn't happened to all the other sports yet. I'm sure it will
I
eventually.
agreed. All right, let's
Okay.
finish up with
Yes.
the Atlantic. Get this done. Starting off with Boston. Boston went 3-1 this week.
Sorry, I
They
was
do
waving
not
at my
want to
dog, not
die.
you.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry, you just
literally
paused. I
playing tug.
thought you thought I was
Literally playing
gesturing at you.
tug with my dog right now because she demanded it. Um, they started their week by losing to Toronto, 2-4.
Hmm.
Had a shorthanded goal against, but they did out and were outshot by Toronto 35-20.
Jesus
They
Christ.
then beat Buffalo 4-3 in overtime. Corpusalo in net. Pasternak a goal and 2 assists. They beat Minnesota 6-3. Zaka 2 goals in this game. And then they beat Columbus in a shootout 4-3, where they were down 3-0 going into the third period, where Victor Arvidsson had 3 assists, and on top of the 3 assists, scored the clinching shootout goal.
Mm-hmm.
Pavel Zaka is their top player this week because he has 5 goals and 3 assists in these 4 games.
He's played great for them this year. Him and Morgan Geeky have been excellent.
Post-Olympics,
Post-Olympics.
Zaka has been on another level. Geeky's been great all season.
Yeah. Geeky's been pretty consistent this year for them.
Boston is 3 for 13 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against.
Okay.
Here's your penalty kill.
Okay.
6 for 12.
Ooh, that's bad. Ooh,
6 for 12.
50%. Yikes.
50%, and you went 3-1.
That's honestly very impressive that they had that bad of a penalty kill with that many penalties,
Yep.
and they still won 3 of their 4 games.
Boston is 42, 24, and 8. They have 92 points. They are 4th in the division. I believe they have a wild card spot.
They have wild card 1.
Yes, they are wild card 1. Moving on to Buffalo, who had a bad week for them. They went
first
1-1.
bad week in a while. Yeah. Well, not even really that bad of a week. Yeah.
Losing to Boston 3-4 in overtime. Zucker 2 goals in this game. Losing to Detroit 2-5. Outshooting Detroit 30-20. And then beating Seattle in overtime in a shootout 3-2. Peyton Krebs late tying goal. They were 3 for 9 on the power play this week, 10 for 12 on the penalty kill. Tage Thompson's their top player with 1 goal and 3 assists. They are 45, 21, and 8, 98 points, second in the division.
Yes, sir. Let's go Buffalo.
Detroit is up next. Detroit's having a rough one, losing games that they need to win to make these playoffs.
Oh yeah.
They went 1-2. First team they lost against, Ottawa Senators, 2-3 loss. They outshot Ottawa 35-21. Then they beat Buffalo 5-2 to bring in a goal and 2 assists. And then they lose to Philadelphia 3-5, outshooting Philadelphia 35-26. 3 for 12 on the power play, 4 for 7 on the penalty kill. DeBrincat and Sider are the top players. DeBrincat 3 goals and 5 assists. Sider 5 assists. They're 39, 26, and 8, 86 points, 6th in the division. They currently don't have a wild card spot.
Nope, I believe they're 2 points back of a wild card spot. All right. Who's next?
All right, we got Florida up next, who went 1-3. They're here for the tank.
Yeah. Lose those 2 games to the Penguins, please.
They beat the Kraken 5-4 in the shootout. Bobrovsky net. Noah Gregor, a goal and assist, who I did not know was on Florida.
Oh yeah, he is on Florida. They always got like some random dudes on their 4th line that you're like, oh right, okay.
Oh right.
I remember you from other teams.
The 3-2 loss against Minnesota, which you talked about, the 50-20 shot discrepancy.
Yeah.
Tarasov a 9-4 save percentage. Kachuk a goal and an assist. Then they lose to the Islanders 5-2. Tarasov in net there. Were outshot 40-21. And then they lose to the Rangers 3-1. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
3-1. Bobrovsky in net. Shorthanded goal against. They were 0 for 6 on the power play this week with a shorthanded goal against, and then 5 for 6 on the penalty kill. They are 35, 35, and 73 points, 8th in the division.
Yeah.
They don't get a top player.
Yeah, all but eliminated as well, just like the Devils.
All but eliminated. Next team who's not eliminated is Montreal, who went 4-0.
Hell yeah. I was going through my notes this morning. I was like, Montreal had a good week. I can already see with all of these games that I know.
Because they played only your teams.
Yeah, that's true. They did.
They beat Carolina 5-2 the first time this week. Dobesh 9.53 save percentage. Dimmadov.
I'm sorry. One of my neighbors just came home and is like singing at the top of his lungs. I don't know if that is getting picked up on the recording. But I can hear him. It's just so funny. Go ahead. Sorry.
You said Carolina outshot Montreal 43-19.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Columbus 2-1. Dobesh again in net. Bolduc a goal and assist. Beating Nashville 4-1. Fowler in net. Montembeault has all but lost his job.
Yeah.
Dimmadov a goal and an assist. And then finishing their week by beating Carolina again 3-1. Dobesh 9.71 save percentage. I really should have made Dobesh the top player. But Suzuki 2 goals and assists this game. Outshot 35-18. 1 for 11 on the power play. 7 for 9 on the penalty kill. The goalie should be the top player, but I wasn't paying attention. Nick Suzuki, 3 goals and 2 assists in these 4 games. Top player. 42, 21, and 10. 94 points, 3rd in the division.
All right. They're going to be a tough out in the first round.
I think every Atlantic team is going to be a tough out.
I agree. I mean, unless
in this first round.
No, yeah. Unless Detroit sneaks in. They're the only one that I'm like, maybe not you.
Yeah.
But, like, right. Ottawa can definitely punch you in the mouth. You know, like, Montreal, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, all good. Yeah. So, and Boston,
Ottawa's
too.
Goaltending their weakness.
True.
Boston, I do not want. Like, I don't care what team it is. I do not want it.
Well, it's going to be one of Tampa Bay, Buffalo, or Carolina. They're going to play Buffalo and just ruin everything. I already know it. I know it.
Remember, Carolina and Tampa Bay are tied with points.
So is Buffalo. That's what I'm saying. So
and Buffalo. Well, Carolina and Buffalo have a game, or Carolina and Tampa Bay have a game in hand over Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
okay.
Really, it's just between those two.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, 92 points. That's only 2 points behind Montreal. Like, they could get 3rd in the division.
Come on, hockey gods, be nice to Buffalo. Let them have, like, not the hardest first round. I don't know. I mean,
first round, Dallas, Minnesota.
Yeah, that's true. Is Buffalo going to beat Montreal? I don't know. I don't know either. Maybe not.
I don't know. Like, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Those Atlantic teams are going to be tough.
I think they have a better chance against Montreal because Buffalo is bigger.
Yeah, true.
They're just as fast and they're bigger.
Little Miller
Lite.
Lite.
See. All right.
No, there's just a pause. Neither one of us were saying something. I just wanted to fill the void.
It's Miller time.
It's Miller time.
Ottawa went 2-1-1 this week. They also won that last spot.
Yes, they do.
They beat the Rangers 2-1. Again, out shooting the Rangers 33-10. Fogle a goal in this game. Beating Detroit in a big game 3-2. Yakimchuk, there it is. A goal and an assist in his debut.
Oh, right, yeah. That was his debut this week.
Yep. Allmark with a 9.43 save percentage. They lose to Pittsburgh in the shootout. Batherson 2 goals in this game, and then they lose to Tampa Bay 4-2. They were 3 for 13 on the power play this week, and then 11 for 13 on the penalty kill. So not bad.
No, not
On
bad.
the special teams, everything's spread out. They don't have a top player.
Okay.
38, 25, and 10, 86 points, fifth in the division, currently out
Yes.
of the playoffs.
They are tied
But-
with Ottawa and Philly, being 2 points back of Columbus.
They are
We'll
Ottawa.
go through the standings at the end.
They are Ottawa. They're tied with Detroit.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Detroit. Yes, tied with Detroit.
But they have a game back on both the Blue Jackets and the Bruins. So, and they have the tiebreaker over the Blue Jackets of regulation wins.
There's so many teams so close together at this point.
Overall, like, if it ends and they all have the same points, Ottawa has the tiebreaker.
Ottawa has the tiebreaker over everybody, I think. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're in a good spot right now. They're in a good spot.
They're in a good spot. They control their own destiny, but
Yeah. To a certain extent.
to a certain extent. All right, moving on to Tampa Bay, who went 3-0-1. They remembered who they were because Tampa Bay had a rough post-Olympics.
Yes, they did, yeah.
They beat Minnesota 6-3. Radisher goal and 2 assists. They lose to Seattle in overtime 3-4. Gensel a goal and assist in this game. And beating Ottawa 4-2. Lilleberg a goal and 2 assists. And then beating Nashville 3-2. Gensel a goal and 2 assists in this game. They were 4 for 13 on the power play. 9 for 11 on the penalty kill.
Okay.
Jake Gensel is their top player with 4 goals and 4 assists in 4 games.
Damn, Gensel.
Yeah.
I miss him.
Damn, indeed. So does Carolina.
Right. Should have signed him then.
46. Oh, they tried.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Well, what happened with Gensel is why they flipped Mikko Rantanen.
Well, it's like the same thing that happened, right? They traded for Gensel. They didn't want to meet whatever Gensel's contract was, which is what, 9.5, something like that. It's not even crazy. But like,
well, with Rantanen didn't want to be there.
Rantanen didn't want to sign with Carolina. Yeah. That one's not fully on them. That's like that decision still to this point. I mean, they got plenty back for him in the trade to Dallas, but like that whole circus was such a weird trade decision
Was awesome.
on their part.
I love it.
I mean, yeah, it's not my team, so it's awesome to see as an outsider to be like, what are you guys doing? Like, why'd you do that? I mean, they sent over Natchez. Natchez didn't want to be there either, so. Which I don't really get. Like, Carolina's a fairly well-run team, so.
It's Brindamore's system, and Natchez doesn't fit Brindamore's system.
Oh, neither did Rantanen, really.
Or hasn't.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, Brindamore has loosened up his system a little bit since these past 2 years, because
they probably had to sit down
Ehlers,
with him and be like, dude, you got to let them play a little bit.
Well, like, look at Nick Ehlers. Nick Ehlers is not a part of that system, and he's very much unlocked a lot of their offense.
Yeah, he's played very well this year for them, yeah. He had a rough start, but then after the first, 10 games or so, he started being pretty good.
So Brindamore has adjusted. Like, he's learning with time, so I got to give him credit.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay is 46-21, 698 points, first in the division. And then we're going to finish off with Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
Who went 2-1 this week.
Okay. It's a good week.
They beat Boston. They beat Boston 4-2 because they're always going to show up for Boston. Outside of games 6 and 7.
True.
Stolarz 18 for 20. Nyes 2 goals in this game. Then they beat the Rangers 4-3. Woll and net, they got outshot 43-18, like you said. And they lose to the Blues 5-1, being outshot 38-13 with Wall and net. They were 2 for 9 on the power play with a shorthanded goal against, and then 7 for 11 with a shorthanded goal for. Tavares is their top player with 1 goal and 3 assists. I gotta find it. I just had it. In Jacob Wohl's last 8 starts, the Leafs have been outshot 300 to 162.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Not almost double the shots.
And remember, Berube said about Wall they were not making a save or two when they needed the most.
Oh, Berube. Talking like a dude who's definitely going to get fired in the offseason.
He's better get fired in the offseason. But Toronto is 31, 30, and 13, 75 points. 7th in the division.
And if we were in the Western Conference, we'd be right there, man. We'd be right there for the play. One of the arguments I saw last week, just to remind everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's run through the standings real quick, shall we? Before we bid you all adieu. Here, I'll just run them down, okay?
Yeah, run them down because we've kind of already said them. So
we'll go through this real quick.
This is more concrete.
So in the Atlantic, Tampa Bay number 1 with 98 points, 37 regulation wins. Oh, look at this! 37 regulation wins, 42 regulation and overtime wins. Buffalo, second place, 98 points. Tampa Bay does have a game in hand with them, but they also have the same amount of regulation wins. So if they had played the same amount of games, this would go to regulation and overtime wins, which Buffalo has 40 of. Montreal, third place in the division with 94 points, so not that far behind the two of them.
Not that far behind.
In the Metropolitan Division, Carolina, 98 points, top of the division. The Islanders, 89 points in second place. Pittsburgh, 88 points with a game in hand on the Islanders. And again, they play tonight. Really stressed about it. Then moving on to the wild card, Boston, as we have mentioned, has wild card 1. They got a good amount of points in hand at the moment. 92 points, wild card 1. Wild card 2 at the moment is the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have 88 points. But right behind them is the Ottawa Senators, as Clay just mentioned, with 86 points. Detroit also has 86 points. Philly also has 86 points. All three of those teams, 73 games played, which means a game in hand, all three of them on Columbus.
Yep.
So all things equal, Ottawa would have that playoff spot, as Clay said. Insanity. But Columbus fighting with Pittsburgh and the Islanders for second and third place in the division right now, which you could also say the Flyers are right there too, right? The Flyers could jump up into third place in the division or even second place if they have another good week. Heading over to the Western Conference. Go ahead.
Real quick, Columbus plays Carolina twice, Detroit, Buffalo, Montreal, and Boston.
Oh, yes.
And Washington.
They have Columbus has got a pretty rough last few weeks. I think we discussed this a couple weeks ago. Pittsburgh had a really hard schedule coming out of the Olympics from right coming back from the Olympics until later this week. It's still tough for them, right? It lightens up a little bit next week, but Pittsburgh's still got a tough schedule. Play the Islanders tonight, Detroit tomorrow, and then
Tampa Bay, Florida.
Tampa Bay, Florida, and then I think
New Jersey, Washington.
New Jersey, Washington, St. Louis is Pittsburgh's schedule. So not easy either, honestly.
No, it's ugly.
Oh, man, this fucking schedule. All right, Western Conference, as we said, Colorado, Dallas, number 1 and 2 in the Central Division. Both have clinched a playoff spot. 106 points for Colorado, 100 points for Dallas. Minnesota in third place, 94 points, 1 point away from clinching their playoff spot, and probably just third place straight up in that division. I don't think they're going to catch Dallas at this point. In the Pacific, as Clay already mentioned, Anaheim in first place with 86 points. Edmonton, 83 points in second place. And Vegas, 80 points in third place. First wildcard spot, Utah, 82 points. Pretty much similar to Boston, clear of wildcard 2 by 5 points, which is Nashville with 77 points. But right behind them, with a game in hand, is LA, 76 points. Seattle, right behind them, with 75 points, 2 games in hand on Nashville, which means, all things considered, Seattle, if those 2 games are to assumed to be wins, as we usually do with games in hand, Seattle would be the wild card too. Winnipeg,
Yeah.
right behind them with 74 points. San Jose 73, St. Louis 73. So, I mean, as much as we talk about the East being close, there's a bunch of teams that, like, if they fuck up, they're going to get eclipsed in the standings as well in
Yeah.
the West. Even though all of these teams we mentioned, from Nashville, LA, Seattle, Winnipeg, San Jose, and St. Louis, none of them are good. But somebody has to
No.
make that last wild card spot.
This is literally 2 years ago in the East with
True.
Washington,
Yeah, Washington, Pittsburgh.
Montreal.
I think Pittsburgh was close to it, right?
I think
There
Washington,
was one other team
Detroit,
too.
Philadelphia.
Yeah. So one of these crappy teams is gonna make the playoffs and get stomped by Colorado, but
So the
somebody's got to do it.
Kings- So the Kings play Nashville twice, Vancouver twice,
Okay. So those 2 Nashville games are gonna be big.
but they also play Seattle once.
Okay.
Like,
Another big game.
These are big games coming down the stretch for
I believe
all of these
San Jose
playoff hunt.
played Nashville this week, and they play them 2 more times as well, I think.
Yep.
Those are both big games if San Jose wants to push for the playoff spot. I don't have the schedules in front of me right now, but look out for St. Louis. St. Louis has been a buzzsaw the last couple of weeks out of nowhere, right? So, if you had to guess between these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, who's making the playoffs, Clay? Of these 6 teams that shouldn't be in the playoffs.
In the West?
Yeah, in the West.
Let me look at it again.
Because I don't know. Because I honestly don't know.
I legitimately don't know. I think St. Louis from the top rope.
That would be so fun. Could you imagine they sneak into the playoffs and they beat Colorado? Could you imagine the meltdown that Avalanche media will have? I don't think that would happen. But Seattle did beat Colorado when they were heavily favored a couple of years ago in the first round.
Yeah.
Remember that.
St. Louis, their last couple games.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. San Jose, LA, Anaheim, Colorado twice, Winnipeg, Chicago, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Utah. Like,
they could do it. I mean, there's some real winnable games in there.
It's also the swings that come with winning some of those games.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at I'm sorry, not Colorado. St. Louis is on a 4-game winning streak currently. They're 7-1-2 in their last 10 games, which is miles better than everybody ahead of them. Because San Jose 3-6-1 in their last 10. Winnipeg's doing okay at 5-3-2, but then LA and Seattle only have 3 wins apiece, and Nashville a little bit better at 5-4-1 in their last 10. So, oh my God,
look,
St. Louis is going to somehow sneak into the playoffs. It's going to be amazing.
LA has no business being in the playoffs with 19 regulation wins.
None of these teams have any business. Oh my God, 19 regulation wins. You're so right. Good Lord. Good God. 4-8 in the shootout. That's 12 shootout games. I guess that's a lot. I guess Pittsburgh has been to the same amount. But with 19 regulation wins, that means they have 10 overtime wins.
Yes.
Oh my God. There's been so many overtime games this year. It's
I mean, we want the parity. We want the parity.
The parity is there. It's there. I'm kind of pulling for St. Louis at this point. Let's go. Let's go Blues. Sneak into the playoffs. Get stomped by Colorado.
Or if Winnipeg sneaks in.
Winnipeg would make sense. Hellebuck getting into the playoffs.
Hellebuck Hellebug. I'm
Hellebug.
so congested right now.
It's okay.
Um,
We'll wrap this up in a
Hellebug
second so you can stop talking.
stealing a series again from McKinnon and McCarr.
Ooh, baby. That's demons right there for that team. All right. Well, since we
Not
did
that
it.
team. That is just for McKinnon
Oh,
specifically.
yeah. And
I'm
stealing
talking
Olympics, yeah. Since we did it in the West, who do you think's making it in the East? That's a tough question too,
I kind of
because there's just so many spots up for grabs in the East as well.
I have Ottawa making it.
Okay, think they grabbed that last wild card spot.
Yeah.
Who do you think gets knocked out, or who makes it in the
I don't trust
Metro?
the Islanders. I don't trust the Islanders.
I don't trust
I don't
any
trust
of
the
those three
Penguins.
teams. The
I don't
Penguins
trust.
have not, been playing very well recently.
The Penguins are getting injured. Their stars are getting injured at the
Well,
wrong time.
Crosby should be back tonight. It seems like he will be back tonight, which means that Malkin is out and Blake Lizotte is still out, and those are their only injuries. But Malkin being out is pretty big.
Yeah.
The only saving grace right now for the Penguins is that I think Crosby should be back tonight, hopefully healthy. But dog, Erik Karlsson has been supernova the last 3 weeks. I think Karlsson might sneak the Penguins into the playoffs at the last second. Is what I'm thinking. As for who else makes it in the Metro, I hate the Islanders, so it'll probably be them.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. As much as I don't hate the Blue Jackets really, but they're the luck that they've had, not luck. They're a very skilled team too. I'm not saying that they're bad, but
No, it's
the streak that they were on, that's not sustainable, right? I'm not saying that they're going to lose all their games this week or whatever, but they were 12-2-2 in their last 14 games before last night, right?
Yeah.
That's not sustainable as a team that was in last place in the Eastern Conference at Christmas. It's not a sustainable run. I would have said that for Buffalo too, but I guess the counter to that, my argument, is Buffalo, right? Because Buffalo did keep it up.
That is the counter.
And
also the counter to, St. Louis is also a counter.
True.
St. Louis is the bottom.
So I just feel like the Jackets. I think it's 50-50 between the Islanders and the Jackets. I think it's 50-50 between the Islanders, Jackets, and Penguins. You know what I mean? Obviously, that doesn't make sense percentage-wise, but I just don't know. I don't know who of those three teams are going to make it. I think one of them is going to miss out, and I agree with you. I think Ottawa's going to sneak into the playoffs and take that last spot. I agree. Oh, man. What a stressful time to have a team in this race.
And that is why this time of the year is great.
Well, because both of your teams, no offense to the Capitals, they're more or less out of it at this point. However, your other team, the Sabres, has a spot pretty much locked up at this point.
Absolutely.
Jenny. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. As always, we can be found wherever podcasts are found. Give us a rate, review, subscribe, wherever applicable. And we will see you next week. I'm sure I'll be just as stressed out at the same puck time.
Same puck place.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.